What if I told you that one man went from sleeping on office floors to building billion-dollar companies that changed the world? How did he do it? From Tesla and SpaceX to PayPal, Elon Musk's rise wasn't luck. It was a strategic masterclass in risk-taking, innovation, and obsession. What can we learn from his journey? We've all heard the stories, seen the memes, and maybe even dreamt of owning a Tesla. But what's the real story behind the man? Behind the eccentric tweets and bold pronouncements is a story of relentless drive, calculated risks, and a sprinkle of pure genius. Are you ready to uncover it? Welcome to Money Talks, where money does the talking. Ever wondered what it takes to become a billionaire? Today we're diving deep into the life of Elon Musk, dissecting his journey to becoming the world's richest person, and uncovering the lessons we can learn from his unconventional path to success. Ready to dive in? Born in South Africa in 1971, Elon Musk wasn't your typical kid. What made him different? While other kids were playing outside, Musk was glued to a computer screen, teaching himself to code at just 9 years old. Can you imagine? By 12, he'd already built and sold his first video game, a space-themed adventure called Blastar, for a cool $500. How many kids do you know who could do that? But growing up in South Africa, Musk felt limited. Like his ambitions were bigger than the opportunities around him. What would you do in his shoes? He knew that to truly make a dent in the universe, he had to go to where innovation was brewing, America, the land of opportunity. Would you take that leap? So, in 1995, at the age of 24, Musk packed his bags, said goodbye to South Africa, and landed in the US with just $2,000 in his pocket. What would you do with just $2,000? Musk landed at Stanford University to pursue a PhD in applied physics. He got in, which is a feat in itself. But what happened next? But get this, he dropped out after just 2 days. So, why would he do that? Why? Because the internet boom was exploding and Musk saw a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build something huge. What was his plan? Musk's first company, Zip2, was founded with his brother Kimball, using $28,000 borrowed from their dad. What did Zip2 do? Zip2 was basically Google Maps before Google Maps. It provided online city guide software for newspapers, and it caught the attention of some big players. Who took notice? In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for a whopping $307 million in cash. How did this change Musk's life? Musk, at just 28 years old, walked away with $22 million from the deal. What would you do with that kind of money? He could have easily retired then and there, bought a private island and called it a day. But did he? But retiring wasn't in Musk's DNA, he was just getting started. What was next for him? This first taste of success fueled Musk's ambition. He knew he was onto something big and he was ready to double down. What was his next big idea? The millions in his bank account weren't for retiring, they were fuel for his next big idea, an idea that would revolutionize how we pay for things online. What was this groundbreaking idea? And that idea was X.com. Fresh off his success with Zip2, Musk didn't rest on his laurels. But what was his next move? He took his $22 million and poured it into his next venture, X.com, an online financial services company. Could this be the future of banking? Remember, this was 1999, the wild west of the internet. Online banking was in its infancy, and people were still wary of using their credit cards online. Would they trust this new system? But Musk saw the future, a future where we'd do all our banking and shopping online. X.com was his vision and he was going all in. But would it pay off? Around the same time, another startup called Confinity was making waves with its online payment system, PayPal. The two companies, X.com and Confinity, were locked in a fierce battle for dominance in the burgeoning online payment market. Who would come out on top? In 2000, X.com and Confinity decided to merge, combining their strengths to create a financial powerhouse. The merged company kept the name PayPal, and Musk became the CEO. But how long would he stay at the helm? But the honeymoon didn't last long. Musk's aggressive management style and grand vision for the company clashed with some of the other founders and investors. Internal disagreements and power struggles led to Musk being ousted as CEO later that year. What would he do next? Despite being pushed out, Musk remained the largest shareholder in PayPal, and in 2002, eBay came knocking with an offer they couldn't refuse, $1.5 billion in stock for PayPal. The deal went through, and Musk, at the age of 31, found himself $180 million richer. What would you do with that kind of money? Now, most people, after making that kind of money, would probably buy a yacht, a few mansions, and call it a life. But Musk isn't most people. He had even bigger plans. But what were they? Plans that would take him from internet entrepreneur to real-life Tony Stark. Instead of retiring to a life of luxury, Musk took a massive gamble. Would it pay off? He decided to pour almost all of his PayPal earnings into SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity, ventures that were considered incredibly risky at the time. He was betting everything he had on the future of humanity. Would his gamble change the world? SpaceX, short for Space Exploration Technologies, was founded by Musk in 2002 with the ambitious goal of colonizing Mars. Could this dream become a reality? SpaceX's early years were marked by setbacks and near disasters. How did Musk handle these failures? The company's first 3 rocket launches, the Falcon 1, all ended in failure. What went wrong? By 2008, SpaceX was on the brink of bankruptcy. Could Musk find a way to save the company? Musk had poured almost all of his personal fortune into the company, and he was down to his last few $1,000,000. Would this be enough to turn things around? To make matters worse, the global financial crisis hit, and Tesla was also struggling to stay afloat. How would Musk navigate this double crisis? Musk was facing his darkest hour. What would he do next? But just when it seemed like all hope was lost, fate intervened. What happened that changed everything? Imagine this. It's 2008, the economy is in freefall, and Elon Musk is staring failure in the face. What would you do? SpaceX just had its 3rd rocket launch explode, Tesla is bleeding money, and people are calling him a reckless gambler. How would you handle such pressure? But here's the thing about Elon Musk. He doesn't break. What makes him so resilient? He's got this almost superhuman ability to stay laser-focused under pressure. Could you do the same? He doesn't crumble, he gets resourceful. What's his secret to staying resourceful? He's borrowing money to keep Tesla afloat, maxing out credit cards, doing whatever it takes. Would you take such risks? He's sleeping on the factory floor, personally overseeing every detail. How far would you go for your dreams? Then, just as SpaceX is about to go under, they secure a $1.6 billion contract from NASA. Can you imagine the relief? This wasn't just a lifeline, it was a game changer. How did this change the game for Musk? This one contract validated everything Musk had been working towards. What does validation mean for an entrepreneur? It proved that SpaceX wasn't just some crazy dream, it was a viable player in the space industry. How do you prove your doubters wrong? And it gave Musk the breathing room he needed to turn both SpaceX and Tesla into the giants they are today. What would you do with a second chance? So, what's the secret sauce? What can we learn from Musk's journey? How does Elon Musk go from sleeping on a factory floor to becoming the world's richest person? What's his formula for success? Well, it's not magic, but it's pretty darn close. What's the first ingredient? First, you gotta talk about his insane risk tolerance. How much risk are you willing to take? This guy puts his money where his mouth is. Would you bet everything on your vision? He poured everything into Tesla and SpaceX when everyone thought he was nuts. How do you handle skepticism? He doesn't play it safe. He swings for the fences. Are you ready to swing for the fences? Second, Musk is obsessed with innovation. How do you stay ahead of the curve? He's not afraid to push the boundaries, to try things that have never been done before. What boundaries are you willing to push? He's constantly questioning the status quo, looking for ways to improve, to innovate, to make things better, faster, cheaper. How do you challenge the status quo? And finally, there's the resilience. How do you build resilience? This guy does not give up. Do you have what it takes to never give up? Today, Elon Musk is worth over $200 billion, but what's next for him? Is his journey far from over? He's still pushing for self-driving cars, brain-computer interfaces, and even colonizing Mars. Will he succeed in these ambitious ventures? He's not just building companies, he's building the future, a future that seems ripped straight out of a science fiction novel. Can you imagine living in such a world? But Musk is also a polarizing figure. Why do some people love him while others criticize him? His critics call him reckless, out of touch, even a bit of a Bond villain. Do you agree with them? Love him or hate him? There's no denying Elon Musk's impact on the world. How has he changed the way we think about technology in the future? He's a visionary, an innovator, and a force to be reckoned with. What drives him to keep pushing boundaries? What do you think about Musk? Genius or reckless risk taker? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep that millionaire mindset. See you guys in the next video.